Hey, what's going on, y'all? Welcome to the channel.
Chilling with the A in Bangkok, baby. Elevate and transform your space. You're not living in no cave, and that's more than a room. That's your home you're living in. So tune in to Chilling with the A. Let me help you transform and elevate, all right?
Hey, yeah, you're chilling with the A. Welcome to Bangkok. Yeah, before settling in for my first night here, I thought I'd take a moment, to come up to the rooftop just to take it all in. From here, you really begin to understand the scale of Bangkok. The city stretches in every direction, It's just a sea of buildings, streets, and neighborhoods that seem to just go on forever, as you can see. I mean, right here in the middle of it all is Thang Lo. I'll be able to pronounce it, sooner than later. And I'm gonna tell you something. This is one of the most vibrant and sought-after areas in the city, as I've discovered. It's a place, known for its restaurants, and I've already visited a couple. Its energy, and the lifestyle that comes with, just living in this part of Bangkok. What I love about this rooftop, is the balance that it creates, right? On one side, you have the movement and excitement of the city. And on the other, this beautiful infinity pool, man, calm, quiet, and almost inviting you to kind of slow down for a moment and get in. But I'm not getting in no time soon. It's just too close to the edge, and standing here looking out across the skyline, it really starts to sink in, that this is the place that I'm not going to call my home. Okay, y'all. Okay. Got all moved in and everything. Everything's in the condo. They brought over my washer and dryer, my stackable. I'll show that to you guys in a little bit. They familiarized me with the air conditioning system and all that. So I'm gonna roll out of her right now and let's see, put it to the ground floor. Several things I got to do now, preliminaries. How you want to do? I want to try to do everything right now, but I can't. I gotta slow my roll. Necessities. I've got to go down to AIS. That's my Wi-Fi service provider of choice. Over to the mall and go over there, have them hook up my Wi-Fi. Electric, all the utilities, they're already, operating. I'll just get a bill at the end of the month for that, right? So first things first, I've got to go down to AIS, over to the mall, get my Wi-Fi connected, as well as I've got to stop by the store. Everything's in the room. I think I showed that to you. I have towels and things of that nature. I got to get some toilet paper. I got to get some dishwasher detergent. What else am I going to get? I got to get a waste basket also. So that's what I got to get done today at a bare minimum. I got to do that. So right now I'm just headed out. I'm headed out to the, how do I get out? I'm going out the wrong way, right? Right now, that's where I'm headed. Down to the BTS, catch the Sky Rail to the to Terminal 21, right? To get that taken care of. And I'll catch up with y'all later. Peace. All this moving got me hungry, y'all. So I decided to come over to the mall. Of course, I came over here to get my internet service with the house hooked up, my Wi-Fi. So I decided to stop in here and give me a little bite to eat. As you can see, I got the noodles. I got the turkey right here. I got the egg, boiled egg. I got some, I have some little chicken in here. Oh man, when you tell you it's delicious, it's delicious. And then I got a little appetizer. I have no idea what that is. All I know is that it's a burst of flavor. This thing's a burst of flavor. And spicy? Oh my goodness. I'm dipping it in. Woo! Woo!
Ooh. I'm trying to get a hold of myself. Mama always told me not to eat talk with my mouth open. I'm trying to gain my composure before I start screaming. It's delicious, y'all. This is delicious. Well, I got one bag unpacked. Got my key. We're gonna have to roll down. We're gonna roll down here to the grocery store. I did go over to AIS, Internet Wi-Fi folks, and got that squared away. However, they're not gonna be able to. Out by the elevator. Check this out, y'all. My backdrop at the elevator on the 20th floor. They're not gonna be able to hook up my Wi-Fi. I'll come out here and take care of everything until Friday at 3 o'clock. And today is Sunday. So today's Sunday? Yeah, today is Sunday, right? So I'm gonna go back over there because for whatever reason, I should be able to still operate my computer and the TV with my hotspot, but whatever, I don't know what it is. I think it's the eSIM that they installed on my phone. You know, it's not working. I've gone up there 2 times and they call themselves instructing me, oh, this is what you need to do, this is the button you need to push and all that. It's not working. So I'm gonna go to the grocery store, grab a few things, bring those all back to the house, and then I grab my laptop, throw it in the backpack, go right back up there. So look here, y'all gonna have to make things a little simpler for me, okay? So that's what's going on. That's what I got to do. So right now, heading to the grocery store and pick up some and make some groceries. Nothing big and heavy, but just the essentials. You know, just some basic stuff, man. All right. And it's only about 200 meters. Less than that. It's less than 200 meters. I think it's probably about 50 meters down the road. I'll go ahead and then get what I got to get and take a grab back. You know, so I don't miss that car. I do not miss the car. I really don't. I enjoy this walking, man. It's so relaxing, so fulfilling. You know, it's really therapeutic. So let's get to the grocery store. Testing. Give me a bottle of wine tonight too. So I can go up on top of the on the rooftop and chill. Is this it? Okay, I'm here. I finally made it. About a 20-minute walk over here. Nice walk. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get me some veggies. I'm gonna make me a salad. Onions, a couple of potatoes. You already know I know how to shop. I got me some potatoes in there. I got some onions. I'm going to, because I'm going to be making me a salad. I love the butterhead lettuce. Let me see, they look pretty small. Butterhead lettuce look really small. Organic stuff. Just look for some regular old lettuce. They have the, I see the romaine lettuce. I don't necessarily want that. Alright. I think that's cabbage right there. Cabbage. They're not large at all. I'm not big on romaine, but I'll eat it. I prefer the butter lettuce. Get me a, let's see, I got the onions. I got my lettuce. Let's see if we can find some cucumbers. They're probably over here in this vicinity. Not over here. I'm gonna go back over here. It might be over here on this end. Peppers. They cook with a lot of peppers over here. That's for certain. Everything has a little spicy kick to it. I see zucchini. But to be honest with you, I've eaten several salads and I have yet to taste any cucumber in the salad. So I'll have a lettuce and onion salad, maybe a tomato or something. And Brussels sprouts, man. Eating a lot of Brussels sprouts. Here are some asparagus. Here, I'm gonna get some of these. I love asparagus. Oh, okay, here we are. I'll get some of these little red cherry tomatoes. They're good. I love these. Give me some salad dressing, and that's a wrap. For my salad, I got onion, lettuce, tomato. All I need for my salad. Okay, some rock pepper, rock salt for my rock salt and pepper shake. I'm gonna definitely get a couple of these fresh fish. Definitely. These are sea bass. And those are sea bass. Sea bass. They got crabs over there and everything. These little shrimp. Hey, I'm gonna get a couple of these sea bass. 3 of those sea bass. Got some flounder over here. These are some sea bass over here as well. What are these? That's tilapia. I ain't no tilapia guy. These sea bass right here cost a little bit less. Okay. What I tell y'all about the eggs? Eggs are not in the freezer. The eggs are on the shelf. See that? Look at that. The eggs are on the shelf. The eggs are on the shelf. Outside, like so. Check it out. On the shelf. Like the mayonnaise and the salad dressing. I gotta get some cheese. I think I'll get me a couple. Give me a couple quarter halves and some wings. See, they already know they got them separated. I love the flats. That's all I eat is flats. You got your little drumettes right there, but they got all the flats right here. So I got about 2 pounds of flats. What we got over here? You know, we got liver and chicken feet. Cold-blooded chicken feet. Chicken liver. What we got over here? I'm gonna get me a steak too. I'm gonna definitely get me a steak. I gotta go over here and make sure I get some seeds. I gotta get some, before I grab the steak, I gotta get some steak seasoning. I saw it right over here. One thing I've observed is that they don't eat a lot of steak over here. They have some awesome steak restaurants over here, but they don't eat a lot of steak. I mean, I was looking at the, a lot of pork and a lot of chicken, but as far as steak, the steak selection, I know it. The other big sea I went to, the first one I went to, I saw a lot of steaks choice cuts, but oh, they don't have many. This is it. It's like 123 baht. It's not expensive. This one right here, what's this one? That's 300 and some baht. Aussie beef from Australia, apparently. Yeah. And they're extremely thin. They're thin cuts too. This is 280. That's like a nice steak right there. I'm gonna get that. I gotta be real methodical as I shop. Like I know for certain, I know I need to purchase me they had a pot and some spoons and forks. But I did not see a saucepan or a frying pan. So I definitely need to get those, pick up those items. Oh, and I also need a coffee cup. I had to drink my coffee out of a glass this morning. I have detergent. Oh, paper towels. I need some paper towels. Definitely need some. I think I did pretty good, y'all. Yeah, I got my seasoning. I got some hot sauce. I got barbecue sauce. I got me a steak. I got my lettuce for my salad. Lettuce don't look too good. I gotta eat that fast. I think I'll get another one before I leave out here. I got a baking pan, right? I got a little little saucepan. I got my aluminum foil. I got my cup. I got my olive oil. I got my paper towels. I got my shredded cheese. I got some eggs. I got a trash can. Some seasoning. Got some little, Tupperware containers. Now I'm just looking for something, I want to have some eggs in the morning, I can fry up some turkey or something like that. I got some chicken links right there. I'll eat the sausage. I'll try this. Alright, it's a wrap. Let's go see how much damage I've done. Okay, y'all, I just called my boat. They're on their way. Say they'll be in about 2 minutes. I didn't do too much damage. 153. I got a lot of stuff too. 153. You know what I'm saying? And I know now, you learn as you go. I maintain my bags, keep my bags and everything. Got 3 bags full of 120, 153. 153 for all this right here. 153. 3 bags full of groceries and other miscellaneous items. I didn't do too bad. Well, just got back from the grocery store with all my goods, and my key is not working. How about that? Damn key not working. I have another key. They gave me 2 keys. They gave me 2 cards and a set of keys. But I just rolled out. I'll learn as I go. I'll get to familiarize myself with the landscape and all the possibilities, innuendos that can occur. These things, if it can happen, it can happen. Whatever can happen will happen eventually. So I'm locked out. My key is not working. My initial key is not working. Card key. I don't know if it was next to my phone. A lot of times if it's next to an electronic device, it can deactivate or what. But I got my groceries sitting out here. You know what I mean? I got my chicken in there, fish. It's a little warm. I have ice in there though. Smart thing. I got ice in my, in the bag with my meat, where the fish is. Okay. Just gotta be patient. That's all. I'll hit y'all up when I get in later. Okay, now after being locked out of the condo for what felt like a damn hour, one of the landlord's representative, one that hadn't been contacted, she just showed up. She showed up with some paperwork. How about that? Actually, my copy of the lease. She just happened to show up. I thought she was coming the following day, but she just happened to show up, and she had a key. She showed up with the key. And let me tell you, the moment that door opened, I felt instant relief. I stepped inside, took a breath, and finally I had a chance, to kind of relax a little. But by that time, it was definitely dinner time, y'all. Now what you guys, didn't see earlier, right? Before I jumped into my ride to get back home with the groceries, right? After making groceries, I stopped by a small outdoor vendor and picked up, a quick bite to eat. And I got me a fresh salad, and a piece of what we call down south that old barnyard pimp, right? Old school terminology for chickens, if you're not from the South. Now, for those of you, are not from the South, again, that's your old school talk for chicken, all right? So make a note of that. So, so here I am, right? My very first foray into my new kitchen, and if you look closely at the cabinets, you might notice something already happening. Old Donna with the A is quietly starts stocking the spice rack, baby. You start stacking the spice rack already, right? I got a few seasonings, in there, a few essentials, just getting ready for when, that cooking channel goes live in just a few weeks. So please stay tuned for that. That's Donna with the A, if you didn't know, right? But let me tell you, even though, the space is a little smaller than what I'm used to, I already feel, right at home, and trust me, we as old Charles said, we're going to make the space do what it do, baby. You know what I mean? Now, don't miss this part.
Now, don't miss this part right here. You know, you can clearly see I've had some fast food training in my life. You know, where I'm wiping down these counters before I get started, right? You know, I worked at McDonald's, man. I worked at Burger King. I worked at Red Lobster. And one thing you never wanted to be caught not doing, that's not having a rag in your hand. You know, if you're not flipping burgers or whatever the case may be, you know, you got to be wiping down counters if you're not doing anything else, right? So yeah. So at this point, yo, it's just time to get busy. I'm done in the kitchen, right? It's time to go ahead and, you know, enjoy, you know, this nice little meal I done cooked up.
Because if they did that, I'm assuming that it probably one of the people guys because I think they like question. I would imagine it would be Sonny or Taylor. If they did that, to me, they would be trying to look like the old Baltimore Ravens, like which if you're playing in the AFC North, defense has always been a huge priority. You know, for a lot of years, the AFC North team made it to at least the conference final. Or wow. I don't know, like the basketball. So, like, to me, you can make it work. It could work. But it's basketball practice. It's so hard to think of there's so much wrong and the other side involved. So I'd have to see how free agency goes.
Bro, are you totally against any idea of drafting Jeremiah? He would be third on my list. He's clearly significantly better than Judge. Or not?
As a prospect, he is considered in that Bijan.
Beautiful day outside, y'all. I'm just standing in the bedroom. I'm standing in my bedroom. Hey, look, check this out. I woke up this morning. My back was sore. You know, of course, I moved in yesterday. Unpacked everything. And just trying to get situated, putting things in, you know, in the designated locations and so forth. And I'm still trying to designate locations, right? Just getting moved in. You know what that's all about, you know. One item at a time, you know, very deliberate. But I woke up last night I woke up in the middle of the night, man, my back was hurting so bad because they have this show mattress in here. Now remember, I'm the first person to move in this particular condo unit. And man, this bed was so hard, it felt like I was sleeping on concrete. So I contacted my realtor this morning, Nietzsche, and, you know, explained to her what was going on. She contacted the landlord, and guess what? First of all, let me show you what I did this morning. This morning, I got up this morning, I went to the fitness center, took the Sky Rail to the fitness center, got squared away and everything. Left there when it got that cut, right? Got that nice cut, baby. Got that nice cut. He hooked me up. You know, they did the whole thing like they did before, right? But I said, look, y'all don't have to touch the face and everything. I take care of that myself. And left there and went to, yesterday on the way here, I noticed there was a dental clinic right next to about two buildings from where I'm staying. And I went in last night and made an appointment for an exam, you know, cleaning and all that. And they gave me an appointment for today, 11:30. So I went in at 11:30. Once I left getting my hair cut. Oh shit! Once I left getting my hair cut, I went straight in and went to my exam at 11:30. Got my exam, got my cleaning, the whole 9 yards. Look, let me tell you something. The examination and the cleaning cost me $133. Lord's my witness. Examination and the cleaning cost me $133 flat, right? And of course, I'm gonna have a consult with a cosmetics dentist on, when is it? They wanted to see me tomorrow, but I said, look, let's do it next week, right? So It's next. It's on the 11th. I got another appointment with the cosmetic dentistry, dental surgeon, if you will. So yeah, they're gonna do some things for me. And but look, bottom line is, I informed her. I said, Nietzsche, I said the damn bed was so hard last night. I felt like I was sleeping on concrete. She said, let me get him on the horn. She got him on the horn. She called me right back and said, Edward, they want to know what's a good time for you, a date and time so that they can deliver your mattress. I said, pardon me? She said they want to know when they can deliver your mattress. I said, Nika, look, I was in awe. I said, as soon as possible, ASAP. She said, okay. And it's like 11:45. Then she got back with me and said, would 1:30 be too late? Would 1:30 work? I said, 1:30? I'm not going anywhere, Nika. I'm not going anywhere. I'll be here till they get here, you understand, to change out this mattress because it's hard as hell, right? See, it's a show mattress. That's what it is. I realized that last night. I said, it's a goddamn show mattress. Because it's boxed. It's a nice, beautiful mattress. But I guarantee you, it's fabric on top of concrete. You understand? But let me show you this mattress. See? Pretty mattress. Nothing but a show mattress. Nothing but a show mattress. Listen to that. Listen to that. God damn it. Fabric on top of concrete. Yeah, so look, we're ready to go and take care of a few things around here and wait on them to come deliver my mattress. All right? Later. Peace. Okay, my man, they bringing in my mattress. My brand's making a new mattress. That other one, like a rock. Like a concrete slab. I feel like I was sleeping on a concrete slab. But they real prompt, though. They ain't waste no time. They said it was coming in an hour or so, and here they are. What's going on with this? That's all right. No, that's all right. It's all right. See if this. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. It's a good mattress. This is fine. Hey, yeah. Okay. Yeah. Look, that's good. That's good. I'll do this. I'll take care of this. Yeah, don't. You ain't got to worry about it. You ain't got to worry about it. I get it. All right. Yeah. Now, is that sheet came with the bed? Wait a minute. Wait a second. Wait a minute. Hold on. Let me see. Is that the? Hold on. Hold. Wait. Yeah, he brought me the wrong mattress. This is not the right mattress. This is a. No. It's not a king size mattress. It's the wrong mattress. It's the wrong mattress. See, it's not. It's too small. It's too small. It's just too small. Yeah. See, you look around. See, go on this side. See.
Okay.
It's too small. Yeah, it's too small. yeah, it's too small. That's the wrong damn mattress right there. Ain't no king size mattress. Gotta come back and see. They gotta get me another mattress. Who idea was this? Look at that. Look at that. That's funny. Now that's funny right there. They was getting ready to make it up too. And I was getting ready to hush, said, look, y'all ain't got to do that. I do it myself. I'm glad I looked on the other side. They brought the wrong mattress. Now check this out. Now here's a moment I definitely didn't expect on my first night in the condo, right? This is the next day, right? Standing here, in this beautiful modern kitchen, right? Surrounded by brand new appliances, and I have absolutely no idea how to turn on the damn stove. Now, back home in the United States, I'm used to a, good old-fashioned gas stove. You turn your knob, you hear that familiar, click, 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 and a nice blue flame, appears, right? Simple, reliable, and easy, right? But this is something entirely different, right? This is a convection cooktop and oven system. It's a European stove, and apparently, it's a lot more sophisticated than what I'm used to, right? As you can see, right now, I'm standing here, right? I'm touching the surface, I'm looking for buttons, and honestly wondering if the stove is even on. I didn't even know whether it was on or not, right? And just to make things more interesting, I got my laptop. I got my laptop sitting right here, on the floor beside me, because I'm literally reading the manual while trying to figure out how to operate this thing, right? Meanwhile, the refrigerator is completely full of food. I got fresh vegetables, fresh seafood, fresh chicken, a whole kitchen ready to go, and I can't cook any of it. Yeah, I got my water, I got my chicken, I got some grapes. I gotta get some grapes in there. I got my fish ready to go. Look at my fish laying there, sitting there like, look, when are we gonna get to work, man? When are we gonna get to work? I got my eggs down there, man. I got my little cherry tomatoes down there. I got my lettuce. I got my asparagus. I got my water, man, my Perrier. I got to have my Chardonnay. I got my Chardonnay. I got my coffee cream. Everything ready to go. But after a little trial and error, a lot of studying, I finally managed to figure out how to operate the oven portion of the system, right? Oh yeah, I got a little JD. I had a little JD. I needed some JD after this stove experience, man. And I have to admit, I felt pretty proud of myself once I, mastered the oven. Now with the oven, we're good, but the stove top. Well, let's just say I still might need, a hands-on class, for that part, right? But hey, every new adventure comes with a new, few learning moments, right? And this kitchen is definitely gonna be part of the journey. It's gotta be the most advanced stove I've ever seen. And right now, it's winning. It got me putting water in the pan to see which eye turns on. I didn't want to put my hand on it. I didn't want to burn myself, right? So I went ahead. I said, okay, I don't know which eye is on. I don't see no flames. I figured out. Once the water starts boiling, if it don't boil in this corner, maybe it'll boil in the other corner.
No question about it. This damn stove is smarter than I am. So look, one step at a time. The water never started boiling, so at least I got the oven to work. So bring on the fish.
Partial to the isosceles, I want everything to slope in. If you have very different triangles, I want you to make a pyramid. Make the pyramid of Giza. I don't care which pyramid you make, whichever one you think you like, okay? But I want you to make a pyramid. So if we have our anchor on the bottom, we have a big and complicated book, we want the core to slope inward. It doesn't have to form the point, but we want it to slope inward. So nothing on this pyramid is going to end up being the exact same size. That makes it so easy, right? Sometimes when you do these formulas, you're like, and I get it, because I hate math.
Okay, now that I finally made peace with the stove, it's time to start thinking about something else that's very important, in the new condo, and that is making it feel like home. Right now, the living room is exactly the way the condo came. Simple, neutral, and honestly, a little uninspiring without the landlord's decor accents present. And let me say this, I want to thank everyone who shared their thoughts and suggestions about which space I should focus on first. But after thinking about it and taking everything in, taking all of your suggestions in, I decided, the first area I'm going to work on is the living room. Because when you walk through the front door, this is the very first space that captures your attention. A lot of people live in condos, apartments, or rental spaces, or even in your homes, just like this one. Spaces where you can't move the furniture, you can't paint the walls, and you definitely can't start replacing things that belong to someone else, right? So the real question becomes, how do you elevate a space that you don't own? And I'm gonna tell you what you do. This is how you work it. It's not about what you can move. It's about what you can influence. Most condos and apartments, what they lack is character, because they come with these real cool, neutral palettes, empty walls, and rugs that are often, just the wrong scale for the room, right? The key is not to fight the furniture. The goal is to really soften the look and guide what the eye sees first. In my next video, you're going to see how I take this exact space, and I'm going to begin to kind of soften and enhance it, using simple and inexpensive accents. Nothing complicated, nothing permanent, just some thoughtful touches, that just makes the room feel warm, comfortable, and intentional. So stay tuned, and don't forget to look at the living room, what it looked like, because the living room is about to get, its first real personal touch. All right. So to kind of, remember what you saw, but right now I want to just kind of slow things down and take you, on a little tour of the condo at night. Yeah, this is Chillin' with the A, the Bangkok, Thailand edition. Look, like and subscribe, and go ahead and hype the video if you don't mind. Take care. Bye.